I do not know how this is happening, but right now, all of the biggest channels, all the crazy channels are dropping new videos. That includes TierZoo, with a video just 21 hours ago. Guys, this guy makes videos like once in a bajillion years. Look, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, or 5, I mean. 3 months in between is what I was trying to say. And now we get a new TierZoo video. This one's called Are Giraffes OP? Let's just watch it.
The Africa server is full of extremes. You've got
Hell
the
yes.
most powerful builds in the game, including the largest terrestrial build in the entire game currently. But while the African bush elephant may indeed be the largest, it isn't the tallest. That title goes to the subject.
Well, really, I straight up had no idea.
Today's video, the giraffe. But is being the tallest build?
Okay, I'll tell you guys what I know about giraffes so far. Their tongues are super mega sturdy. I hate that word. I hate that word so much. Anyways, their tongues are sturdy, and also they can use their heads to bash people or bash each other, I suppose, and other creatures if they need to really hard, and it's cool. And also their heart needs to pump blood extremely powerfully because of how high up their heads are. And because of that, if you chop a giraffe's head off, it will shoot like a few meters up into the air, like a spray of blood. Okay, that's all I know.
Build in the game actually that effective of a strategy? How does it play out in practice? And what abilities did the giraffe spec into in order to compound its innate advantages?
I want to read some of these.
Giraffe spec into
How tall is too tall? Are giraffes born
in order
tall?
to compound
Why the neck?
its innate advantages.
Does the pattern have a purpose? Good question. Does it have horns? Yeah, you know what? Great questions, all of them.
The giraffe's extreme height grants it several benefits. The first of these is how it completely changes the dynamics regarding the game's stealth mechanics.
Yeah.
Most top predators in the African
This guy just sees people from above.
savannah.
You know, they're all going to be spec'd into being able to go stealth in the grass. This guy just has straight up bird's eye view, line of sight on them.
Opt for the ambush strategy to get within striking range of their targets.
Yes.
They tend to rely on a combination of innate camouflage and use of natural cover to evade detection while closing most of the distance, breaking from cover only at the last possible second when they believe they can close the remaining distance before the target has a chance to react. This
That just will
strategy
not
is
work
almost
against this guy.
Completely useless against the giraffe.
Yep.
Because the stealth benefit from natural cover, things like tall grass and bushes, is entirely negated when
So this guy basically has detection
viewed
buff.
from a high vantage point. While staying low to the ground may obscure your character from the perspective of something like a gazelle or zebra, to a giraffe you are completely exposed and your approach was seen coming from quite a ways off. The second main benefit granted to the giraffe via its height is a
Bro, they're massive. Okay, I know they're tall, but Jesus, they're like, that's a zebra. Zebras are they're like the size of a horse, right?
bonus to its defense.
This thing is huge.
Because the giraffe's hurt box is elevated significantly off the ground, it's extremely difficult for most players to land a hit on the giraffe's vitals. In fact, for literally every relevant threat in
It's 5.5 meters tall.
the African meta, landing a strike
What the fuck?
on the giraffe's weak point requires
This is like a gargantuan horse.
either a risky jump strike or an ambush.
Okay, I'm sure these are things like a bunch of people knew, but I mean, who just goes out there and does giraffe research unless your biology teacher fucking asks you to, you know, in middle school. Like, you don't just randomly look up giraffe facts. So how was I supposed to know this?
Ambush from an elevated position, neither of which are very efficient strategies.
not stupid, okay?
With
I
the
just
jump strike
uninformed.
in particular being easily punishable by any of the giraffe's most powerful counterattack options.
Yeah, and that guy got shit on.
Let's take a look at what those are. The giraffe's reach not only keeps its own vitals out
And it's still a kick, right? If you've ever seen a horse kick, those things can one-tap a human easy, or, you know, some fucking tiger. So this guy with more reach and probably more strength as well, because there's more leverage.
also makes it very easy for a giraffe main to land their own attacks.
Yeah.
Similar to horses and zebras,
giraffes
the
seem
giraffe's
really good.
main method of attacking is its kick, dealing moderate damage to any target that dares enter the giraffe's zone of control. However, when the giraffe really needs to deal some damage, it resorts to
the
its
head.
signature move,
Yes!
the off-the-cone bash.
These guys are so fucking tanky. The fact that they can survive a hit from each other like that and keep going afterwards is insane.
Giraffe swings its neck in a wide arc, with the intent to connect with the horn-like protrusions on its skull, called ossicones.
Oh, that's what they're doing.
Connecting with this attack means pretty much instant game over for any player it hits. unless they have an extremely large health pool,
Like a giraffe.
such as another giraffe.
Yeah.
However, it is a bit more risky to just throw this move out, considering that it puts your normally out of reach weak point in a potentially vulnerable position, and also deals a little recoil damage with each use as well.
Bro,
and
that
if
is
an attacking
insane.
player does manage to dodge the first swing and get in close, using this move becomes much more difficult, since the close range hitbox is a bit of a sour spot. But still, the mere threat of this move is enough to dissuade most attacks, to the point that most Predator players won't even bother with a high-level giraffe.
Yeah, that's
Low-level
understandable.
giraffe mains are a lot more vulnerable, and this is where the efficacy of the giraffe's reach and
Whole nice sound effects.
height is really put to the test. Upon spawning in, the giraffe is pretty much helpless. It doesn't have the height advantage on its opponents yet.
That can be said for most newly born creatures, right? Like, pretty much all animals are straight up useless
But because of
early
its
on.
slender, lanky shape, it has disadvantage on all saving throws to avoid being grappled or knocked prone. And so it's the job of the higher level giraffe.
Now, I know some of you in the comments are going to go list a list of 7,000 different species that are actually born fully adult or whatever the fuck, or like fully formed physically, and or even stronger than when they're an adult. But like, yeah, I'm talking like in general.
Players to complete the long, arduous escort mission of protecting the newborn giraffe as it matures. Now, because the giraffe's attack range is so broad, it is able to guard a wide area and pressure a counterattack on any player that would dare target the newborn. However, because the giraffe does not possess any AoE attacks, defending against multiple opponents at once can be quite challenging, often necessitating
Right, and from the videos we've seen, it doesn't look like giraffes move around in packs as much as other animals.
that a newborn
So if they get grouped up on, they're kind of fucked because they don't have like a teammate to rely
few
on.
hits as the mother chases away one attacker at a time.
Yes.
Now, despite having not leveled up at all, the giraffe starts with a pretty generous amount of HP. But even so, it's not uncommon for the escort mission to fail. And with a respawn time of 15 months, this is certainly one of the most frustrating aspects of giraffe gameplay.
Hell for the baby, man.
Next, let's talk about individual matchups. First, we have the cheetah. Anyways, on a serious note, first we have the leopard. Now, the leopard is one of the most interesting matchups because of its ability to climb and attack from a high vantage point.
Okay.
Leopard players have been known to use their ability to climb as part of their ambush strategy,
So do they jump onto the necks of the giraffes? That'd be cool.
pouncing on their target from above. This could mean it's the only predator in the game with an honest shot at landing a surprise crit against the giraffe.
Right.
But in all honesty, this would be an insanely risky strategy. And since leopards hunt alone, there's really not much reason to try and take down such large prey.
Okay, I see. Just go for something your size. Like, what's the fucking point, right?
When they
that
can
makes
survive
sense.
just fine.
And like, even if they take this guy down, like a massive corpse in the area, someone else is gonna come over to go for it anyways.
Off
Not worth
the
it.
standard diet of antelope and deer. Still, against a lower level giraffe, I could see this strategy working pretty well,
Yeah.
if no allies were around to rescue it. But since leopards kill slowly by strangling their target with their bite, this gives the giraffe's party members a lot of time to react and respond.
So giraffes do have teammates. They just take a while to show up. I see.
This is similar to the issue lions have in their matchup against giraffes. Compared to some of the other potential threats, a lion can't actually deal that much damage on its own to a giraffe. Even against a low-level giraffe player, it's unlikely
That
they
is
could take
crazy.
it out in
Look
a
at
single
this.
attack, leading
This
to
guy had 3 fucking lions on him, and he's just
even against a
tanking
low-level
it.
giraffe player, it's unlikely they could take it out in a single attack, leading to the same issue as a leopard, where the giraffe's teammates would be able to rescue it. However, because lions do cooperate, together it is possible for a pride of lions to bring down even a large adult giraffe.
Yeah, but like one
not
of them's
without
going down
serious
with
risk
him.
to the attackers.
Yeah,
And since
exactly.
lions typically close in
That
on
just
their
doesn't
targets
sound
by
worth
staying
it to
low
me.
the ground
Just go
and
for
moving
something smaller,
slowly,
again.
The giraffe's height is perfectly suited to detecting their approach and escaping before they're in any real danger. So
And their legs are huge, so they can probably move really fast. It sounds like giraffes are actually really
taking
fucking
down
strong
giraffes
in terms of just like super versatile, very
does
useful.
happen, but it's exceptionally rare. The rhino is an interesting matchup. Obviously, giraffes and rhinos
Right, a rhino with their skulls can probably tank a hit from a giraffe's head, but at the same time they have a pretty fucking powerful bash themselves. You know, if they charge full speed. But who's faster? Will a giraffe be able to run away?
have no
But like it can't 100% just break its legs, a giraffe's legs, right?
real reason to attack each other. But due to the rhino's
Oh, true.
poor eyesight, it tends to perceive most players that come near it to be threats regardless. Lucky for
Holy shit! Imagine if you were in
eyesight,
an
it tends
actual
to
car,
perceive-
or sorry, imagine if you were like in a small car, not like a giga truck,
players that
and
come
you get
near
charged by a rhino. You're actually fucked.
be-
Like that guy behind is so lucky the rhino didn't target
threats
him.
regardless. Lucky for the giraffe, The rhino's horn is not usually able to reach the giraffe's weak point, so as
But can it not hit the legs? That sounds dangerous.
long as
But I suppose you can move your legs
you can
away if you
avoid
need
getting
to.
knocked over,
Yeah.
giraffes tend to do just fine in this matchup. Despite
Okay.
the incredible range of a rhinoceros's horn, the giraffe's kick can still outrange it, and although rhinos
Yeah.
are quite tanky, a good kick
So the only reason a rhino could attack a giraffe is if it's fucking stupid, which is relatively common, but it's not really something the giraffe should be fucking
to
concerned
the
about.
face is usually enough to dissuade further attacks.
That makes
An
sense.
important matchup I want to discuss is the hyena.
Yeah, what's the point for the rhino to fight back? Are rhinos carnivores? I'm pretty sure they're not, right? All 5 species of rhinos are herbivores. Okay, yeah. So they literally have like no good reason to commit to the fight. If they get kicked, just run away.
Now, because they can't really jump, hyenas don't have anywhere near the vertical threat range that lions or leopards do. So attacking an adult giraffe is pretty much out of the question.
All right.
However, instead of this increased agility, hyenas have a much more powerful bite. Rather than requiring a critical hit, hyena
Bro, this person is actually like,
Hyenas have a
how?
much more
How do you
powerful bite.
how do you
Rather
do
than-
this without like? There is literally no way this person is like sane.
requiring a critical hit, a hyena can crack bone with a single bite anywhere on the target, which can immediately disable their prey. and
Yeah,
make
so
rescue
right, they can actually break the legs. That's what I was
attempts
worried about. Like
futile.
their legs seem like a second weak point.
This is
but
particularly effective against players who rely on their teammates for protection, as even if an ally does step in to fight off the attackers, oftentimes it's simply too late and the damage has already been done.
yeah. So even if you scare the hyenas off, your guy is bleeding out, or you know his legs are he can't run or whatever the fuck, he's down.
Eventually, the teammates will move on and the hyenas will be able to close out the kill.
Right.
Lastly, I don't think it's any real surprise to see that giraffes still have to respect the space of an elephant. Elephants are
That makes sense. Elephants.
tall
Yeah.
enough to gore a giraffe with their powerful tusks. So if there's ever a territorial dispute between an elephant and a giraffe, the elephant always wins.
Yeah, it's just way too fucking chunky and massive to really for the giraffe to really for the giraffe to for the giraffe to be worth it to attack the elephant is what I was trying to say.
For a giraffe, its longer legs grant it a faster run speed. So while elephants do pose a serious threat, this
Just
hardly
run away.
ever actually results in direct damage.
Okay. So
In fact,
elephants are like just walking turds that kill you if you get too close, but just don't get it too close and you're good.
by and large, rather than competing with
And you
other
can outrun them.
herbivores for the best resources, the giraffe's unique access to treetops means that it actually makes a lot of sense for other herbivores to tolerate or even appreciate the presence of a giraffe.
Yeah, because it won't affect their main source of food. That's actually a super good point.
They aren't taking away any food that they would have accessed anyway, and could also serve as an early warning system if they see predators coming.
Bro, that is so
While
cool.
they're definitely not the most overpowered build, they're certainly up there.
Yeah,
They're
for sure.
untouchable for the vast majority of their playthrough, and have fairly reliable protection in the early game. I'd put them in solid A tier. In fact, it's somewhat strange that other herbivore players haven't started speccing into similar height advantages to gain the same survival perks as the giraffe.
I mean, we've only seen 2 creatures of that size, the elephant and the giraffe. Nothing comes close, right?
The giraffe is extremely unique in its role in the meta, which is weird because historically, the treetop grazer giant type build has been extremely successful. Giant long-necked rhinoceros
Actually
reigned
interesting,
supreme
yeah.
during the Oligocene. And
Why did that stop being so like?
before
Why is that no
we
longer a
saw
thing?
this strategy absolutely dominate during the Mesozoic in the form of the sauropod dinosaur. So why only the giraffe?
I like
in
how
today's
he
meta?
represents like billions of years ago with a fucking slight previous gen consoles.
There are a few theories on this, but that's beyond the scope of this video. In terms of strategy and playstyle,
Right.
the closest thing we have today is
Yeah, we're looking at why the giraffe. We're looking at how the giraffe. We're looking at the giraffe stats, not at like, how it came about or whatever.
probably the camel. But surprisingly, the giraffe is not that closely related to camels. The giraffe
Okay.
only has 2 close relatives in the current meta. The first is the okapi, a strange build that functions
Fuck
as
is
sort
this? Actually, what is this
of a
creature?
middle ground between
What is this dubious little
deer
thing?
and giraffes. And the second is one that basically nobody would expect, the pronghorn, which is
Also never seen one of
different
those.
than the giraffe in both stature and location. Both the
It's still not short. It's almost as tall as me, right? I'm 140. I'm not.
okapi and giraffe are only playable on the Africa server, but to find the pronghorn, you need to travel all the way to the North America server. The pronghorn
Oh wait,
deserves
did you guys not see
location.
the height number because it was below my name? Right, it's 137 here. My joke didn't land.
Both
Fuck.
the Okapi and
killed
Giraffe
it.
are only playable on the Africa server. But to find the pronghorn, you need to travel all the way to the North America server. The pronghorn deserves an entire video to itself since it's such a fascinating build with an extremely distinct
Why do they have eyelashes?
strategy from everything else on the American server.
Yeah.
And guess what? That video, it already exists. You can watch it right now, a month before everyone else.
I see. So he's dropping this video in a month, and I'm assuming with Patreon or something.
Subscribing to Nebula. a
Nebula.
streaming service
Oh, Nebula. We actually watched another reaction video we watched recently advertised their
owned
Nebula
and
account.
operated by and for creators like me. Nebula has kindly sponsored this video, and by subscribing
Hit up his
to
Nebula, boys.
you can get
If you like,
access to
if you
tons
like
of
this video,
bonus
you know you'll
content,
find more of
early
it.
access to new videos, and all of my videos completely ad-free. Nebula's support has been integral in my channel's continued level ups. These
But also-
flashy edits, high-quality stock footage clips, and custom 3D animations are all made possible due to the support of all of you who've already subscribed. If that sounds like good business to you, I encourage you to head to the link in the description and sign up. You'll immediately get access to my pronghorn video before anyone else, as well as all of
That's
my
cool.
upcoming videos early and ad-free. In addition to getting early access to videos, I also recommend you check out some of the originals on the platform, which can't be seen anywhere else on the internet, including series like Modern Conflicts and Becoming Human, and also my Parasitoid Wasp video. All this and more for only $2.50 a month. Special thanks to all of my Nebula and Patreon subscribers, and thank you for watching.
I bet this video in the
Nebula
last
and
clip he
Patreon
showed
subscribers,
had the sound
and
effect.
thank you for watching.
Oh no, that's the tongue. All right, another banger from TierZoo as always. First link when you go to the comments, first link you'll see is his video. If you've already watched it, just go give it a like and a nice comment. If you haven't, just give it a watch. If you don't want to watch it fully because you've already seen my reaction to it, at least watch it on mute so that it doesn't so that my watching it doesn't reduce his views. That would be cringe and not very poggers. I'm never gonna use these words again. Don't worry. Not very cool of me. Okay, second link in the description is my main channel. Go hit it up. And it sounds like in a month the next one's coming out. So hey, subscribe if you want to see me react to that. Although I can't guarantee it because fuck knows what I'm gonna be doing a month from now. just do the YouTube thing for me, okay? Like, sub, and come on, just do it. Come on, I'll be out in a little bit with the algorithm. Come on. All right, I'm tired of self-plugging. Okay, see ya. Bye.